Hey, it's Darren here. Wanted to share with you a quick story and a tip for using ChatGPT's reasoning power to help you with whatever problem, whatever tricky situation you're working on. So, one thing that I like is to collect some random, interesting things. And there's always been a powerful story for me. Here's a baseball card of a guy named Julia Wera. So, this is a great uncle of mine. And was the only rookie on the 1927 New York Yankees, so he played with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. And then after playing for the Yankees for a bit, he went to San Francisco, and he played with the San Francisco Seals of the Pacific Coast League. And he played with Joe Dimaggio when Joe Dimaggio was 17 years old and a rookie. And they became friends. I remember going to my great aunt's house when I was a kid. There's a picture of my great uncle with Joe Dimaggio having coffee. Another picture in the Rochester newspaper when Lou Gehrig came to town to the Mayo Clinic. He met up with my great uncle, Julia Wera. So this was always a very inspiring story for me. So I got into collecting some stuff, autographs of his. But I really love these baseball cards. I think this is his very first card ever from the Hollywood Stars of the Pacific Coast League. So there wasn't a Major League Baseball league in the West Coast yet. So that was the Pacific Coast League. So I also learned some interesting stories that I think he was traded to the San Francisco Seals from the Yankees for a guy named Frank Crosetti. And Frank Corsetti, I think, is known as the King of Rings. Nobody has won more World Series rings as a player and a coach than him. So I think Yogi Berra has won the most as a player. He's won the most as a player-coach. So one thing I picked up a while back was this. And I wanted to get a Frank Corsetti autograph, and I got it on a card. So it's also one of these Pacific Coast League cards. Zeenut is what it's called. And this is a 1930 Zeenut Pacific Coast League card of the San Francisco Seals of Frank Crosetti. Played with Joe Dimaggio. They all came kind of from the same neighborhood in San Francisco. Played for the Seals and then the Yankees. So this is it. And you can tell it's in really rough condition, right? It's got a nice kind of autograph and marker. You can tell he probably did it later in his life. And it's such a unique card. I'm trying to figure out what is the value of this. Let me learn more about this. And it was hard to do because I was searching all over, seeing items that had been sold, items up for sale. Have never seen a Zeenut card signed by Frank Corsetti for sale. I hadn't seen one sold, so I had no idea what the value of this was. So I need to turn to a tool more powerful than myself, of course, and that's ChatGPT. So this is to demonstrate how you can solve tricky situations with the reasoning power that it has. So I'm going to show you what I did. This is ChatGPT. There's different models, right? And I'm going to use the advanced reasoning model. And I typed this up. I'm going to paste it. Can you identify sports card values? I have this 1930 Zeenut Frank Crosetti cards autographed. I've never seen one for sale. Use your research skills and give you an estimate. The card's in poor condition, very poor, with creases and edges trimmed. The autograph is in blue. And I'm going to say marker. And that is in excellent condition. So I'm just going to hit enter and see what it can do, right? So you can see it says it's reasoning, right? And here's what it says. It's giving me some estimates, right? Talking about the poor condition. Combining the card and an autograph might suggest a value of $300 to $500 at an auction. Considering the card's poor condition and signature uniqueness, it might be this. I'm gathering info. So it's pretty cool. So now it's telling me how it's reasoning. It's telling me about Zeenut cards, right? About Frank Crosetti, right? And about the scarcity of this. It's telling me about the condition, the impact on value, the autograph factor. And it's putting it all together, right? An unsigned card might be this. The autograph premium, likely auction range, $200 to $300 at the low end for the really poor condition. Mid-range might be this. High end might be this. And here's what you can do to maximize the potential. Likely looking at this. Wow, that was a surprise to me. So pretty interesting. And the more I'm learning about this, the more interested I'm getting in it. And you can see it's getting better. I had tried this earlier, and it went through the usual reasoning, giving me some estimates. I even later uploaded a picture so ChatGPT can see a picture. So I said, hey, great reasoning, here are photos. What's your estimate now? And it's probably going to say, now that I see it definitely is in very rough condition. That's right. Right. But the signature appears bold and legible, which is a real draw for collectors. Because that was my research, is if there's a signature on an old Zeenut card, it's just like kind of in pencil on the back. And that was very rare. But this is bold right on the front. So it's giving me the information, right? Then I'm asking, hey, can you search the web and find if there are any autographed Corsetti Zeenut cards that have been up for sale, have been sold? And there it goes. It's looking, and it's not really finding anything. And it's telling me why, too. So it's like, wow, this is just showing, here's an example. There's a situation you have that's really tricky, something that you can't find answers to with your research. You don't know what to guess, even. And letting ChatGPT at it for a few minutes can really yield some insight. And you see how it's reasoning. And as it's going through, you know, it's telling you how long it's thinking about it, right? It's telling you if it's going to the web to search for something, where it's going. So just a really valuable kind of approach, I think, for problem solving. So next time you have a tricky situation, could be a hobby. That's a great way to learn. Maybe try one of these advanced reasoning models from ChatGPT or whatever AI tool that you're using to help you figure it out. So I was pretty impressed with this. I just wanted to share with you that and that story too.